Coming back into the show, Mackenzie Miller Lung is now with us in studio to talk about her recent punching of the ticket to NCAA Nationals. Mackenzie, congratulations first and foremost. Great to have you with us.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here.
You're beaming, I can tell.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm a little nervous.
No,
so.
okay. Well, nerves or excitement that you're okay. You've made it into the NCAA championship.
Yeah, it's crazy. I honestly still kind of feel like a dream. I'm like, oh, when am I going to wake up? Like a little scared, but I'm so excited.
Well, as we've been alluding to, you've had quite the week at the Big 12 Championships, first team honors in 3 events. Okay, it's one thing to do in 3 events, okay? And you become BYU's first ever women's swim and dive Big 12 champion in the 200 breaststroke. So of all of the things you accomplished at the Big 12 Championships, what was the most notable moment or accolade that you bring back with you?
It had to be like that 200 breaststroke. I've been working so hard like all year long to be that 200 breaststroke champion. I went into the race at second and I was like, okay, I think I can be first. And then going into it, I was like, even if I don't go best time, I really want to win. And then thankfully I went a time that I did not think I'd be able to go. So that's the best thing. The 206, I think 5.3 was definitely my favorite part of the meet, highlight of the meet.
I love it.
Did you know in the water that you were fast? Did it feel fast?
Yeah. It's funny because every time I swim the 200 and it like feels fast, it feels easy. So like by the time I touched the wall, I was like, oh, I could do another 100 right now.
Ooh.
Like I felt
You hit your
amazing.
second wind, or
oh yeah, I felt amazing. Even by the end, like I didn't die off, but right off the dive, I did my first pull down and I was like, oh, like I got this. Like we're gonna win.
The confidence went up.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was the best feeling ever. Like after the 2 IM, I was like laying on the floor dying. After the 2 breasts, I was like, oh, this is the best feeling ever.
I love the confidence. So yesterday you learned that you had qualified for the NCAA Nationals.
Yes.
Those 3 events.
Yeah.
Walk us through that moment and where you were when you learned.
So honestly, I kind of knew what I needed to go. Every single day, I'm kind of like nerdy about it. I'm on this site called Swim Cloud, looking at what girls are going, looking at everyone's split times, looking at my split times, watching videos, like trying to see what I need to go. So I knew exactly the time that I needed to go to make NCAAs. And thankfully, Big 12s is at the end of all the other championships, like SECs and ACCs were the week before. So I knew like exactly what I needed to go. And once I touched the wall and saw that 206, I was like, oh my gosh, like I am like top 10 in the nation. I knew exactly the girls that I had beaten. And I was so excited. I like got out and like ran to my teammates. And then yesterday, when I saw that I had been bumped up to 5th in the nation, it was like, I like called my mom immediately and I was like, Mom, like this is crazy. Yeah, so it still feels insane. Yeah.
Surreal, obviously.
Yeah, like literally
something
not
you
real.
worked for since you were little, but how do you feel like you can compete now in the national championship?
It really, like, I almost have imposter syndrome because I'm seeing my name up next to all of these other like big names from like huge like SEC schools and like Olympians. And I'm kind of like, ooh, I don't know if I belong up there. Like it's crazy, but it really is like kind of a confidence booster knowing that I did that. Like I put that time up. This isn't fake. This isn't a dream. I worked hard all year long and I am able to compete with these top like people in the nation.
You are the first BYU women's swimmer to qualify for nationals in 4 years. Okay, so that adds some context to this conversation, certainly. We know you're excited. Yeah. What's next for you in the training and the preparation before you get in the water at nationals?
Yeah, so that was like immediately after the 2 breasts, I got out, started talking to Coach Tamber, and she was like, honestly, I should write a practice for you right now to do in the warm-up pool. And I was like, ooh, I don't think that's such a good idea. But then flew home Sunday, I was immediately back in the water on Monday. So I am lifting already, I'm back in the water. I've had like 3 practices since the meet. And we're not just like easy practicing, I'm like hitting the ground running. It's like hard practices, I'm lifting hard so that I can get back into the shape that I was right before the meet so that I can like taper back down.
You brought up Coach Tamber. I wanted to ask you about that because new head coach, right? And
Yes.
how influential has she been this year for you?
Tamber, not even this year, but all 3 years that I've been swimming, Tamber has been like my rock. She's like my mom away from home. I don't think I could have like been able to swim as long as I have or compete or be as good as I am without Tamber. I think her and I just have such an amazing relationship. She really knows me. She knows what I need. And she knows when to push me to like be better and when I can like achieve, like go over my limits. But she also knows when to kind of reel back and be like, okay, like we're going to give you a little bit of a rest day because I need those sometimes. So I seriously like could not have done it without Tamber, and especially having her as the new head coach has been, in my opinion, like the best thing for our swim program.
Mackenzie Miller Lung, Nationals qualifier and 3-time All Big 12 swimmer, is with us on BYU Sports Nation. How does it sound when I introduce you that way?
That sounds crazy. I'm like, wow, why?
But you did it.
You did it. We love the name Lung, by the way, too. You had to marry Tanner to get that. And, yes.
Yes. It's like a funny joke because we do 25s underwater at practice, and I secretly cannot make a 25 underwater. And I was like, your last name is Lung. You should be able to make a 25 underwater. But it's all good.
Did his last name have anything to do with you deciding to marry him?
Maybe a little bit. I was like, oh, wouldn't it be like so funny? Because I'm like a swimmer with the last name Lung. Like, that's hilarious. But I swim breaststroke and I breathe every stroke. So it's like, it's not as cool.
Your lungs are still strong, okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay?
Much stronger than ours.
Very strong.
For sure.
I'll take that.
Let's have a reality check
Oh,
here.
yeah.
It's very strong and stronger than most.
Thanks.
What's your training schedule like on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah. So
I love this conversation because people don't understand the
a lot of people
sacrifice
don't
involved here.
understand. It is like we're hitting the 20-hour limit every week. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we have practice in the morning. This is more like middle of the season. Right now it's a little weird because it's like just me trying to swim. But middle of the season, we have early morning practices on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Right after morning practice, we head to weights. So it's like an hour and a half practice in the morning and then like 45 minutes of lifting. And then every afternoon from 2 to 4, we have practice. And then on Saturdays from 7 to 9, we have practice. So it's like every single day. But while I say practice is 2 to 4, I see it more as like 1 to 5 because I'm getting to the pool deck at 1. I'm eating. I'm trying to recover, stretch, heat. And then after practice, it's like if I don't have class, I'm trying to go to the ice bath. I'm trying to go and get treatment and like just do everything I can to be elite, basically.
Wow. Again,
Major commitment.
Yes.
An incredibly consistent schedule. Congratulations, sincerely.
Yes.
Best of luck.
Awesome.
too.
Yes.
Okay, by the way, NCAA Nationals begin Wednesday, March 19th in Federal Way, Washington. That's Washington State. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, Washington
Not
State.
Washington, D.C., even though it says Federal Way.
Yes.
Okay?
You would think,
Washington
right?
State. Congrats, Mackenzie.
Good luck.
Thank you.
You're awesome.